Now on Denver 7 News at 6, protecting our neighborhoods takes a partnership.
We want them to be safe, and we want them to have a comfortable relationship with us.
National Night Out is taking on added importance in Denver this year.
I'm Denver 7's Veronica Acosta. Weeks after the LoDo shooting, police are revealing what they're doing to make downtown safer.
Plus, the victims of a small town tragedy identified. The youngest victim, just 16. How our community is rallying for other children now left behind.
Your phone may be key to remembering things, and not just phone numbers. How researchers put our brains to the test.
And Broncos country, it's time to warm up your fingers. Those coveted half-price tickets go on sale in 4 hours. We have all the tricks to make sure you get your chance to see all your favorite players in action.
Gotta believe. Go orange and blue.
Yeah, the fans believe, and now it's going to be a rush to get the tickets, but you got to have your ducks in a row first. So we'll explain that coming up when the tickets go on sale at 10 a.m.
But you can get them for $15. I mean,
if you don't get the tickets to the home game, you can go to London, right?
Yeah, that'll only cost a little
30th.
more.
I know. Good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Katie is here with a look at the forecast for the day, another hot one for August 2nd.
It will be. Good morning, you guys. It is a really beautiful start to our morning as the sun comes up. A mix of sun and clouds. You can see more cloud coverage over the metro area this morning, and temperatures quite mild right now. Mainly dry conditions across the plains. We have picked up a little bit of moisture still lingering up over our northern mountains and portions of the Yampa Valley, but otherwise it's temperatures in the 60s and 70s across the Front Range and dry conditions for the plains. 66 right now in Castle Rock and down through Colorado Springs. 40s and 50s to start the morning into many of our mountain towns. Your hourly planner for today, expect daytime highs to be a few degrees above average. We'll be in the low to mid 90s for highs with about a 30 to 40% possibility of seeing a few scattered thunderstorms develop. So if you are hanging out in the backyard this afternoon by 3 to 4 o'clock, we will be seeing some shower and storm activity. Risk of any severe weather today will be low, but a little bit of light rain will be possible this evening, Jason.
Yeah, and right now the overall drive looks pretty nice. You can see that from the south side of town here at I-25 in Yale. Northbound traffic, southbound traffic, light rails moving just fine, getting into the Yale station here and heading for downtown Denver. Take a look at the drive from Air Tracker 7's view. So this is a gorgeous sunrise right now, but you can see the tower over at DIA. You can see the tent right over here. And so getting out to the airport, that's not a problem. But as you take a look at the map, coming back from the airport, that's a problem, as they're still doing paving work on outbound Pena Boulevard, Tower Road down to 56. So that is slowing down traffic significantly. Tower Road gets you through it a little bit faster. The rest of the drive just starts to get busier in some of those usual spots for us here this morning. South side of town looks pretty good. We'll talk about what's going on over here on Leetsdale. Told you about that yesterday. We'll talk about that coming up between Quebec and Monaco. Slow you down just a little bit here this morning.
Thank you, Jason. Tonight is National Night Out, a time when neighbors and police officers around the country hold events to build better relationships with their communities. Well, some of that trust was lost in Denver's LoDo neighborhood when 6 innocent bystanders leaving bars were hit by gunfire as police were going after a suspect. Denver 7's Veronica Acosta joins us live this morning because we're hearing from police about the safety challenges they face downtown and what they plan to do about it.
We are, and really everyone wants to feel safe where they live, where they work, and of course where they go to have fun as well. For a lot of people, that's that LoDo area. But after that police shooting where 6 innocent bystanders were injured, you can probably imagine there's some wariness in wandering into that area. Now the Lower Downtown Neighborhood Association, it wants to change that. It really wants to do something about all of that worry. Tonight, it's going to be hosting a neighborhood safety event for National Night Out. This is typically an event, this is across the country, where community members get the opportunity to get to know their law enforcement agencies just a little bit better. Now, during tonight's event, community members, they're going to get the chance to do just that. They're going to be able to meet with RTD Transit Police, firefighters, Denver police officers, as well as that department's leadership. Now, DPD told us part of today's event is starting important conversations with the community and, like we've heard before, really bridging that divide.
We certainly had some challenges in the downtown core, things that we're focused on improving, and we certainly need the community's help. And so, once again, we want to continue to strengthen that partnership with members of the community throughout the city, but particularly in downtown. Responsibility that the Denver Police Department understands that we need to ensure that people feel safe coming downtown. people need to feel safe in their neighborhood, whether it's where they work or where they play or where they live. And so we understand our responsibility there. And again, I think we're up to the challenge.
And just so everyone who's watching this morning knows, this isn't just an event for people who live in that LoDo area. Like I mentioned, this is for those who work there and tend to go down there on weekend nights as well. This event is going to be happening over at McGregor Square. It kicks off at 5 this afternoon. In Denver, I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Well, some people who aren't exactly welcome anymore in LoDo, food truck operators. Right now, Denver police are not allowing food trucks to operate in this particular area in LoDo in an effort to disperse the crowds downtown. The department claims that this was up for discussion weeks before the DPD shooting incident. But yesterday, some food truck owners drove to the city and county building to protest the move. They say the decision is costing them business.
They have a really hard problem, but I think we've misidentified the problem.
Feels horrible, and as a business owner, you know, new business, woman in business, it's just hard. It's already hard, and now we're making it even harder.
Denver's Department of Transportation and Infrastructure says it's working with vendors to find new spots for the food trucks north of 22nd Street and south of 18th Street along Market and Blake. This morning, a shelter-in-place is over in Lakewood, and there's no threat to the community. The Jeffco Sheriff's Office took 2 suspects into custody after a shooting at an apartment complex on West Warren Circle. Investigators say someone fired a gun from an apartment while they were there investigating a report of felony menacing. No one was hurt.
The Boulder County Sheriff's Office is still looking for a 4th person in connection to a murder on Flagstaff Mountain last month. Alexis Baca was found dead near the Realization Point trailhead. Investigators already arrested 3 people. They say all the suspects live in New Mexico, and it's unclear how Baca knew the suspects or how she was killed. Another difficult update this morning. We now know a mother and her 16-year-old daughter were killed at a home in Loveland last week. The medical examiner identified them as Lindsay Dahm and Meadow Center. Investigators say a 12-year-old called 911 to report their mom had been shot. Police say the suspect in the case then died by suicide in Erie the same day. A GoFundMe to help Lindsay Dahm's other children has already raised more than $30,000, and we have a link to it through thedenverchannel.com if you'd like to add to it.
California is declaring monkeypox a state of emergency. The city of San Francisco already declared one along with New York State. The governor of California says it will help the state coordinate a government-wide response, including more vaccines and education efforts. And more vaccines are coming to Colorado as demand continues to outpace supply. So far, more than 1,700 Coloradans have received a first dose of the monkeypox vaccine. As of Friday, there have been 68 cases of monkeypox in our state so far. CDPHE confirmed they are seeing spread outside the high-risk group, which is men who have sex with men. Health officials say people should not be concerned, though, about going about their daily lives.
I think we want everybody to know what to look for and what this is and be aware that it's happening. But this is not COVID. It's not so contagious that, you should be worried that walking by somebody in the grocery store is going to make you sick.
Now, right now, vaccines are only available to that high-risk group and those exposed to monkeypox. CDPHE says it's possible that could change as the science shifts.
Any day now, the Senate will vote on $369 billion in energy and climate change measures, but it hangs in the balance of 2 senators in particular. Both West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin and Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema would have to vote for it to pass along party lines. If approved, though, the bill would be the biggest federal investment in clean energy yet for the U.S. Manchin was a huge part of negotiations for the legislation. Sinema's office told Axios she will review it before announcing her position. 7 months now after the Marshall Fire tore through Boulder County, Superior, and Louisville, those areas are taking steps to make sure something like this never happens again. Denver 7's Christian Lopez is live near the burn area this morning because tonight county officials will try to sell Louisville on the idea of a new sales tax to help fund more fire prevention.
And all around here, there is evidence of the Marshall Fire. Homes in these neighborhoods are in various stages of recovery. Tonight, Louisville leaders will hear from Boulder County about why voters need to stand behind new sales taxes that could help reduce the risk of wildfire and increase emergency response. And we're talking about 0.1% sales taxes that would help pay for several different projects. And these would help with forest and grassland management, help protect water supplies, and help make homes more fire resistant. Money would also be used to help pay for emergency equipment, wildland firefighter staffing, and other projects that address emergency services and public safety in unincorporated areas of Boulder County. Tonight, the city of Louisville also moving forward with a few new ordinances. One has to do with approving new regulations for building non-combustible fences to reduce fire risks to homes. They're also approving a project that will replace neighborhood planters destroyed by the Marshall Fire. And Boulder County is also considering extending a new transportation tax that will help pay for road safety improvement projects. And all of these, they are just measures that are being considered. We'll let you know if they do make the ballot in November. We're live in Louisville this morning. I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Thank you, Christian. Well, our world is a little bit safer this morning. A top al-Qaeda leader responsible for some of the most horrific terrorism in our history is dead this morning. President Biden reveals more details of the operation. So many of us are relieved student loan payments are on hold, but not if you're the federal government. How much money the Department of Education is losing in this payment pause.
Get ready to come on down to South Park. The show's creators are in town this month. How you can join in on the big 25th anniversary party.